Good morning. This is the scout day of Kirstin's trip. We came up here last night uh, to get all the tent set up and get the wood cut and cot set out for Kirstin and Wade. And we're going to glass this morning. It's supposed to be a pretty stormy day, and it looks like it's going to start rolling in. So we really kind of wanted to get up here and see what's going on. And we're kind of glassing from, anywhere from a mile to 3 miles away along these big benches, just trying to figure out what's going on in the countryside, see if we can find elk. And we found 3 bulls that have gone into the timber already, and then we found 7 bulls over here that have gone into the timber, and they've got about 60 cows with them. And so the country's steep, and we'll get home and grab Kirstin and Wade, and we're gonna have to figure out a way how to get into these elk, and we'll see. I think we'll probably have to get above them in the morning, and if we miss our opportunity, just be patient and try to wait for them to come out at dark. So that's our plan. Tomorrow is hunting day, so 24 hours from now, it's going to be a rodeo with me, Wade, and some llamas, and Kirstin up on the mountainside trying to get a bull out for Kirstin. Got some good bulls. I'd shoot a lot of them if it was my first elk hunt. Got him right as he went in the timber. Wow. We saw a lot of elk today, but nothing like that.
We're headed back from glassing. We ended up finding 2 groups of elk, one small group that was all bulls, and one big group, tons of elk that had a big bull in them, so it's pretty exciting. I got kind of a sad update. Wade has had an ear infection for a little while, and we thought it was going away, and today he woke up and he wasn't feeling very good, so he's going to stay home with Grandma. Thanks, Grandma, for watching the boys for us for a few days. And so it's just going to be me and Kirstin on the hunt, which is just fine. We're going to have a good time, but we're going to miss our boys, and I know Wade really wanted to come, so he'll have to make it on the next one. I'm a little bummed out about it. But yeah, we're going to go, and Kirstin's got all of her gear and equipment ready. We're going to go pick her up, drop the boys off, and get up to the mountainside. Hunt begins. The first hike in tomorrow is 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
And it's the shortest, easiest spot that I know how to get to, but still, it's actually really complex.
Okay.
So there's no guarantee, I guess is what I'm saying.
All right.
You're not going to like the other options.
You're correct, I think. I think I would like it if my knee wasn't an issue.
I know. Okay.
We are on our way, and I'm getting so excited. We dropped off both kids with my mom. Yeah, it's going to be really cold, and with them being sick, the anxiety was too much. So, we're on our way. Me and Beau, we're going on my first adventure. We're kind of catering to my knee. So, Beau's been doing a lot of the, like mapping and trying to figure out how we can get in and hike the least amount. So, I've been joking that if I can't hack it, he's either going to have to give me a piggyback ride, or I'm going to ride on Big Oliver the llama. So, we're so excited. We're going to get to camp tonight and take off early in the morning, I think. I would love to get in a great night's sleep first, but I know my husband too well. We'll probably be up at 3. That sounds terrible. Maybe 4? But my baby usually gets up at midnight, and 3 and 4 and 5. So this will be great. It's like vacation. We're going to get after him.
Llama camp! We made it! I'm so glad he's the driver, not me. That was so stressful. I always tell my friends, Beau can drive a trailer backward, up a hill, around the corner, in the dark with no lights on. I'm not wrong. He's sheepish about it, but if you need somebody to get a trailer somewhere, Beau's your guy.
Let's go for a big-bodied elk
I like big steaks, babe.
Big steaks.
Thick steaks.
Okay, one more time. Pick out the bulls.
Right here, right there, right there.
Yep. Good job. Okay.
I'm winning.
So in the big herd like that, even though there might be a bull in the group, like the ant group that you want to shoot, if we do see something tomorrow like that,
We actually shoot through
it's
a
going to
couple.
be very, very hard to get a shot. So we're going to have to be really patient, or we'll have to pick that bull that's on the outside, like there was two that were just on the outskirts by themselves, you know, away from everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to shoot like through one and shoot another or something.
Nope. And so
that happens a lot, though, right? I mean, not a lot, but that happens. You can shoot through it and get another one.
You definitely could do that. And so we're not going to take a shot that's even remotely close to that situation, which is why I want to show you that, because typically you're not looking at, 20 to 60 to 150 elk. You're looking at a group of 7 or 8 or 12 or 2. And so this it's a little bit overwhelming when you're looking at a ton of elk and you're trying to find a bull. And we might be 200 yards from them and never get a shot because it doesn't present itself. So just be ready for that. And then the shots that present themselves,
I have lots of patience.
it's going to, all of a sudden it'll be there and then it won't. So,
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah. I'm less good at that. I'm very good at patience, and I'm less good at panic.
I know. Let's
I'm
get
not
closer.
trigger happy. I'm really trigger nervous.
All right. Good morning. We're ready. I'm going to carry Kirstin's gun up the hill. Hopefully that helps her knee feel a little bit better. Just don't want to push it. Okay,
Ready?
Set this up.
Okay, let's do it. Well, opening morning, I slept like a princess. Put in some earplugs. Didn't have to listen for any babies crying. It was so wonderful. I'm excited to get out and see how my old knee does up the hill. I hope we get there. I hope I don't have to ride on Oliver up the hill, but we'll roll with it if that happens.
We made it. We got to the top. Beau says they bunkered just over the hill. Or we hope they are. We're gonna kind of get next to trees so we can hide a little bit. We're gonna stake out llamas nearby. And we're gonna just hope for the best. I'm feeling a little nervous. It's a little faster pace than deer hunting was with Wade. That was pretty leisurely, so I hope I don't get trigger shy. That's my worry. I know most people get trigger happy, but I'm worried I'm gonna freeze up. So I guess we'll go get set up.
So we got over where Beau thought that we were gonna see the elk, and they weren't there. So we popped up over the next hill, and we watched 2 cows and a little baby come all the way up the drainage, and they've disappeared into the tree line now. We thought that they would kind of meet up with the rest of the herd, but we never saw them. They kind of ghosted us. So now we're trying to figure out, where did the big herd go? We're gonna kind of see if we can figure out what they did, if they just stayed in the timber last night, or if they're hiding nearby, or if they took a different drainage up this morning or something. It's cold. The water in my water bottle is freezing to the sides. I had the breakfast of champions this morning, a frozen Snickers bar. It froze on the way up here. It was warm in the tent. And Beau got us a little fire going because my feet were totally numb. So, we're going to just rethink our strategy and see if we can go find them later today. But in the meantime, we're going to just try to not freeze to death.
Well, we did not kill an elk this morning. We did not even see a bull. And yesterday morning, we saw about just shy of 100 head of elk in this one spot with over a dozen bulls. And then we saw 8 big bulls on the other side of the canyon. And we're standing right where the elk went in yesterday, and there's just elk poop everywhere, just everywhere. And this morning we saw 3 cows is all we saw. And we had, if there would have been a bull in there, Kirstin could have had a good opportunity at them. We had them at 3 different spots, watched them feed up, just like those other elk that we thought were going to. We're not for sure what the elk did. Not for sure if they went up a different drainage. We were watching 3 drainages, and we thought we had them pegged, so don't know if they didn't, maybe they didn't come out last night, or maybe they went all the way down to feed and they went up somewhere else, but if they were anywhere in these 3 drainages, we would have seen them. So I think the plan is to hike out, and we saw some elk way further down the canyons that we're going to go look at, see if we can glass into them in the sparse timber, and if we can, then we'll be able to make a play on them. And if not, I think our goal is to just go back to camp, have a nice lunch, and then go out on the valley and glass back up into these mountain ranges, the front range here, and see if we can find some elk to make a play on tomorrow. So it's basically just you got to be so far away, a mile to 2 miles to glass in. And if you don't see elk early, then you can't make a play on them because you got to go hike 1 mile to 3 miles to get in on them. So it's kind of find the elk at night and then try to get on them in the morning, glass them throughout the day through the timber, and try to make a play on them in the timber. And so that's kind of our strategy and game plan. We don't have too much time to pull this off, but a couple more days. We're going to go hike out here in a minute and regroup and try to make a game plan. I'm having a really good time. This is really fun. My wife likes it too. The only thing that happened today, her feet got cold, so we started a fire to warm her up. But she's been a real trooper. She's smiling, and I think last night she slept for 8 hours, and that's probably the first time she slept for 8 hours in like 7 months. So much like I felt in September, just going on that hunt was a vacation, just needed a break. I feel like this is that for her. So I think we're gonna go around and look for elk, and I'm gonna make her stay at camp and take a nap if she wants to. But she might not want to. She might want to come with us. But we're gonna go drive the roads, do some scouting, and see if we can find some elk. And I think we're gonna come back and watch this tonight because I think the elk might just be on a different feed rotation. I know they're gonna come back to this spot, and so maybe we just missed them. We'll see. I am interested in finding out what these elk did, but gave it A+ effort. Just got to keep on going. We're filling up that cup, and eventually it's going to tip over with success. Well, we knew there's a big group of elk over here, and we drove over here and we passed all these trucks. Boom, 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 boom. And we're like, dude, those guys have already picked apart this country. We show up, Jeremy and Kirstin in 5 minutes found the elk. So they're all bedded down low in the valley. It's pretty good access and a really good opportunity to get one killed if there's bulls. So we're gonna go peek over the edge and get out the old spotters and glass and tripods and see if we can find them. So exciting times here on the Elk Mountain. We came out to the spot south of our camp, quite a few miles, and glassing the first face. Our plan was to glass this big face and then wrap around and glass the backside. So we know there's a pretty good herd of elk that have been messing around in here from the tracks, and we pull up, and the crew spotted some across the canyon just where we wanted to find them. We got 14 cows over there, and Kirsten's freezing, so she's up top warming up. But we've got 14 down in here, 14 cows. No bulls yet. I think we'll turn something up, so pretty good sign though. You never know how fast your luck can turn, you know. It's good.
So we spent the afternoon glassing, looking around, and we found a little herd of about 14. A whole bunch of cows and one little raghorn. We could probably go get him, but I told Beau I can't hang that on the wall. I would be embarrassed. Not embarrassed, I'm just kidding. But I am looking for something a little bit bigger. Honestly, because I like to cut up bigger quarters. I like bigger steaks. So I think we're gonna take out of here and find something with a little more meat on his bones. To see if we can find some more little herds somewhere. So there's two little opening fingers, bare spots. I don't know the right terminology.
2 open parks in the middle of the timber.
There's a little space there, and I saw one little elk go past. I'm like, Beau, I see one, and he's like, So then he looks at it a few minutes later, and it was like 8 bulls in a line, just going.
8
These
bulls.
Were yellow ones. These were not brown elk. These were yellow elk.
There's some big ones. There's some big guys up there.
Yeah. There's zero way that we can get to them. That I wouldn't know how to get to them. They're in the trees. They're in the dense trees, but we found them. And we cruised up here like Mach 65. Tried to make most of our passengers projectile vomit when we got out.
Yeah, we've been trying to cover as much ground as possible. And I'm really glad that we found these elk tonight. That is really rewarding. 8 bulls. Who knows what other elk there are, but what time is it? Let's chart that down. It would be really helpful.
5:30.
So 9 minutes from shooting light bait, or so, give or take.
We found them. We made it in time.
Wow.
That's where they all are.
That's where they all are. They just
giant,
went back on that side hill, up all the way up into that timber.
Those dudes all hanging out together.
Yeah. It's just such a narrow window to go out to hunt them in, too.
Yeah.
If they're not out there on this face, I don't know how you hunt them. Those are the same bulls that we saw that went in the first day. Yeah.
Same. So they're hanging out up there.
They're hanging out up there.
They're living up there.
They're living up there. Yep. They're gonna come out for water, so tomorrow might be our morning.
So how do we get here? Get there?
I don't know. Let's keep watching them, and then till dark.
Get yourself mentally ready to hike. You can get up really early.
And we're a lot more close tomorrow.
Okay, let's glass them.
We are having beef steak and chips and salsa and pretty much anything that we could find. It was a free-for-all tonight. But Beau's cooking. He's on the stove. He's really heavy-handed with the seasoning, which is going to be perfect tonight. Well, I know you and I love you. I love you for it. So we're not going to be lacking flavor. It's going to be so awesome. And it's cooked in butter. It's going to be so yummy. The perfect ending to the day. Just hiking, it took it out of all of us, I think. So we had a great day, super successful. Even though we didn't kill anything, I learned a lot, and we had a super fun time, and none of us lost any fingers because we had a fire, which was nice.